This is the Big O Show.
Alrighty.
Big O Show.
We back. Welcome aboard, boys and girls, to another edition of the Big O Show. And it's Thursday. We are at the infamous, the famous, the amazing, the fantastic Toyota of Hollywood. I'm seeing a yellow Supra right next to me that is just awesome. The blue one is still there. Got a red one over here. Come on, man. Get on down here. You get an extra $1,000 for your trade-in when you come on out here and mention our names. I know. It's Thursday, and where the hell have I been Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday? And so we have filed some shows. We have done audio portions of the show, but we weren't able to do our regular stuff. I had a couple of conflicts that I really wasn't going to be on the normal time. I would have been on different times over the last couple of days. But the guy next to me also got a little sick. Still sick, by the way. Not COVID. Had a COVID check and all that. Not COVID. But, you know, he's got a little bit of a cold, so he's hanging in there. You hanging in there, Bill?
Yeah, man. I'm just glad to be out of my room because obviously until I got cleared yesterday with the COVID, I was trapped for 5 days in my room.
Right.
I can't imagine being trapped for 14. Okay?
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah.
And everybody having to wait on you, you know, because you can't go spread it through the house.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Not fun, bro.
It's been a crazy week, ladies. I've been telling you ahead of time that this is coming, and you know, tomorrow you will find out. Tomorrow morning, you will get the answer to all, and you will find out what's really going on with our move and our moves. Let's say that we're making, and we'll fill you in on all of that. But yeah, it's been. I'm telling you, I think last night. Well, and I just got a gout attack last night too.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, I'm in pain right now. It's not that much now. Now I was in serious pain late last night. It's funny because I go to sleep around. I don't know. I think I went to sleep like around 11:30. And I woke up at 2:38, and I've been up since.
What?
Yeah, man, I could not go back to sleep. It was so frustrating. I had to get up at 5:30 this morning, so I lied in bed for 3 hours practically, just tossing and turning and just like, wow, I can't sleep. One of those deals. It was just bad.
You know what the wife needs to get?
I'm tired today. I'm tired.
You know what the wife needs to get?
I'm tired. I've had a long week, man.
A high-grade quality sledgehammer to hit you right in the head and put you back up.
Yeah, that would put me out permanently. That would be
not permanent.
It's probably
just,
something she wants to really do, actually. Not just, she just wants to do it for herself, not for me. Not like it's going to help me sleep. It's just going to put me away forever. That's kind of what it is. So I apologize that we have not been able to do the video portion of the show. Audio-wise, we really haven't gone all out either, actually. They've been short programs that we have filed every single day.
No, but bro, a nice job by you to put something up because obviously the podcast people,
Yeah, we try. I mean, it's
apparent, bro.
Again,
you did a good job, bro.
I tell you, it was just a long week this week to do everything that we're doing, and I'm really happy that tomorrow we'll get to announce the news, and we'll get to tell everybody what the hell I've been working on, and we can move on, and you all will enjoy it. I'm telling you, you're going to enjoy it profusely, as they say, okay? So it'll happen, and appreciate all of you for being patient. I see Julius305 was first in. He goes, "This real?" And I was laughing when I saw that.
This is not Memorex.
No, it's real. It's real. Gus1388 is in the house. Man of 1,005 holds. Clifton Wellman is in NYC Sports. He says, "What's your schedule for shows? Did it change?" Yes, it's going to change.
And times TBA to be announced there?
You know what? I don't want to say anything. I don't want to give out any clues or anything like that. Tomorrow you're going to find out everything. Okay? All right? Tomorrow you will find out everything. And so today, I had several things to do, so that's why we started late here today. I mean, it's for me to squeeze this in is actually not easy because of all the things that I was doing. But it's all good. Listen, I'm super blessed, and thank you all out there for always supporting us. We really, really appreciate it. Matthew says, Big O, as a Gators fan, I want to thank you for ripping Dan Mullen for his stupid COVID comments. Well, we had to unleash the Kraken yesterday. Dan Mullen deserves it. I mean, he's a first-class a-hole. He's that. If I had a son, I would do everything in my power to convince him that Dan Mullen is not the human being I want you around, son. That's what I would do. That's what it means to me, at least. Because what I saw out of Dan Mullen was an irresponsible adult, an ignorant person. Because he takes COVID like a joke, just like our governor, who's the one that said the swamp can be full, and so can the Buck Stadium and the Dolphins and the Jags and all of that. And there's Dan Mullen because he's a sourpuss and he loses to Texas A&M, and the real Dan Mullen comes out, just like we saw the real Mike Gundy at Oklahoma State. That guy's a stinking racist. Who's kidding who? Give me a break. Guy's been busted saying the N-word on the field multiple times to other players, and then recently had that OAN shirt, and he knows what they stood for. Yeah, you're a head coach. Listen, I said this when that happened then. You're a head coach. You don't put on anything by accident. Okay? Not one damn thing. And Dan Mullen knew what well, you know what? Maybe he's too stupid and ignorant to know what he was doing. Maybe he actually believed all of that. And so now, what is it, 22 players now for the Gators? I don't know if the number's gone up again, because first it was 19. Then I think it went up to like 22 or something. Crazy stuff, man. So, yes, Matthew, it's not a Gator thing. It's not the Kane thing. I don't play that game. I'm not going to rip a coach just to rip a coach because he coaches the Gators or he coaches the Seminoles. That's stupid. We're going to rip Dan Mullen because he is stupid. He is irresponsible. And if I was maybe even a father of one of these kids that's on the team, I probably would have wanted to talk to Dan Mullen. So, what's going on in your head? Do you know there's a pandemic?
When he made that comment about filling up the swamp, it's like,
an
bro, you know what's going on in your own locker room, right?
Yep.
Like, damn.
Yep.
Man.
Troy Ortiz says, afternoon, Owen Bill, where you been? I think we explained that. Romeo Garcia says, good afternoon. Glad to listen to you. Thank you, Romeo. Gus is saying, welcome back. Ian from Brooklyn. Movie talk with Antonio. I'm back. I never left. I just couldn't do the YouTube the last couple of days. That's all. My partner in crime here wasn't available. Josh says, what up, Bill and everybody? Let's see. And Antonio says, miss you on air. Thank you, sir. Ray says, howdy. Appreciate you, and says, miss you. Thank you. NorCal says, welcome back, you guys. We missed you, my dudes. Hydrate and bake up. Puff, puff, don't give. Now, remember, we didn't really go anywhere we're here, and we did post, maybe some of you out there only watch the show, and you refuse to download, but
got no idea about a podcast.
But we did podcast some stuff, and so, just like Matthew was able to hear the Dan Mullen segment from yesterday. So thank you all out there. Gators coach wanted people in the stands. That didn't age well. Yeah, no, it didn't age well. Yeah, there's no doubt about that. Ray says, enjoyed the podcast. Thank you. There you go. And let's see. He says, I understand health is important. Thank you, sir. I've been going through withdrawals. No big O. No, Ian, that's not true. It's podcasting. It's been there. Just got to go to the podcast, Ian. David says, make it happen. We're trying, brother. We are trying. John says, will your shoe be on at a regular time to make the announcement? Oh, my show, not shoe, is what you mean. Okay, I thought you all of a sudden became
Maybe he's talking about the problem with the gout. Can't get your shoe on.
What's the name of the? We got a really big shoe tonight. What's his name?
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. The Doors did the whole thing on it. Ed Sullivan.
Thank you.
There we go. Anyway, John, I'm not going to give away any clues. Tomorrow morning, you will find out. Tomorrow morning, you will know exactly what's going on. Okay? And it's really, really cool.
Do you have a time? Do you have a time on the announcement?
No, just check tomorrow morning.
Just check. Okay.
Just check tomorrow morning. That's all. Tomorrow morning, it'll be posted, and you will see. I might do it at 7:30 in the morning. I might do it around 8:30. Might do it at 9. But it'll be early. It'll be early. You'll find out.
I like that. It stays with the about that time thing.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Lisa says, repping the ROC. Excited for tomorrow. There you go. Rochester is in the house. Lisa is in the house. Dirty Mike Dominguez says, welcome back, Big O. Missed you. Unfortunately, I had to listen to local radio sports talk. I feel for you, man. I feel for you. And there's 3 shows left? It's amazing, right? To watch Intercom just destroy all these stations. QAM has 1 live show in Joe, and then they've got 3 shows on 790. That's it. Nothing else. Yeah. No, I'm with you, man. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Herman Cueva is in. Drew Boo says, you lazy bums. How many have jobs? You only have tree. You have only tree? Tree jobs, man. Tree jobs. What time is tomorrow's announcement and didn't want to miss it? You won't miss it. It's on social media. It'll be there. Tomorrow morning, we'll announce it. Do you think Dragic is the best point guard in Heat history? Does he deserve to have his jersey retired in the arena? No and no. He's not better than Tim Hardaway. I'll take Tim Hardaway over Dragon. Okay? With no plantar fasciitis. Just want to make sure I throw that in there. Okay? Ray came in with the little Sullivan. Josh says, we miss you. Let's go get Bell. Myron owes me a bet. Alexa V is in the house. Hello, Alexa. The president is in. Sam Thompson, Big O. Hope you're well. So happy after the win on the weekend. Let's go Finns. All the best. Sam in UK. Sam, what's up, baby? Thank you, as always.
Speaking of which, they almost kind of made that look easy on Sunday, right?
Yeah. Yep.
I was surprised.
Oh, it was dominant.
I was
dominant win.
But I'm surprised it was that easy. You know what I mean?
They're getting better, bro.
Yeah, we are.
They're getting better, man. Every week they just get better. And people, some people don't want to believe it, but
it definitely helped with the Saturday performance from the Canes.
And listen,
thank you, Dolphins. Thank you.
And you should win this Sunday. So the Dolphins will be 3-3, and you're going to start looking at the playoff picture. And like I said earlier this week, when they win on Sunday, they picked up their 3rd win in the 13th week of the season last year. Now they're picking it up in week 6. Their 2nd win was in week 10. They picked it up in week 5. So they are on a nice pace to have a good season. Ian from Brooklyn says, I heard your view on Le'Veon Bell. Glad you're on board, even if it doesn't happen. I can elaborate a little bit on the Le'Veon Bell situation. And, some people might be worried that because I've heard this, where was it that I heard it? this morning. I'm not sure if I heard it on local radio or on national radio, but somebody was saying like, well, he's kind of a cancer. Will he ruin the Dolphin locker room? And it's like, no, dude, don't worry about it. Like this guy was like freaking out about like the culture. And the culture is not going to get ruined because you're not signing Le'Veon Bell to any kind of money. He made his money. So they don't need to give him a lot of money. They're going to give him the veteran minimum. Whatever it is, $1 million, $1.2 million, $900,000. I forgot what the hell the veteran minimum is for his amount of years served or whatever. But it's somewhere in that neighborhood, maybe 1.5, I don't know. And that's nothing. And if he wants to play here, and let me tell you something, with Miami's young offensive line, it's a great option for him. The Bills, in fact, Lisa's on the chat board, Lisa Rose, she was reaching out to me on Twitter, and we just went back and forth, and she's my witness. She's there. The Bills thing doesn't make any sense. They just drafted Zach Moss, and they've got Singletary. Why would you bring on Le'Veon Bell? And if you're Le'Veon Bell, are you just trying to leech on a run of a playoff team, even though you're not going to play much? Because you're not going to play much. They have their guys. Not sure. Maybe the Bills are going to try to sign him just to keep him away from other people. I saw somebody post, the cap space and all that. None of that is relevant because nobody's going to be paying Le'Veon any kind of money. I know this. The Dolphins aren't going to be offering him any kind of money. They'll tell him, oh, hey, yeah, we'll bring you aboard, but veteran minimum. We're not giving you, dude, you just made almost $30 million for whatever games you've played.
Responsibly, you couldn't. He hasn't done anything in, 3 years?
Yeah, no.
3 years.
No, you can't. You can't. So the beauty of the Le'Veon Bell move is there is no risk whatsoever. He can't ruin your culture. He can't hurt you in any real way. He can only help you. And like I told you yesterday, I believe, when I said this, I'll reiterate it one more time. Jordan Howard gives you away. When you line him up back there, the linebackers know he's only running. You can actually now put Jordan on the bench more often. You release Patrick Laird. You sign Le'Veon Bell. And when you put Le'Veon back there, they don't know if he's going to run or he's actually going to catch the ball. And I also believe in Chan Gailey. And I think Chan Gailey will find a way, like he has for Gesicki, like he has for Ford, like he has for Preston, like he has for Parker. I think he'll find a way to make him productive. And I know that the line isn't doing a great job in run blocking. They are more effective as pass protectors at this point in time, which is always a sign of a young, talented offensive line. When it's sick and young, well, then they can also run block. It's just not normal. It really is. It's more normal what's going on here, and that those guys will develop into better run-producing linemen. I mean, Solomon Kinley already looks like a road grader. All right? I mean, if you looked up road grader in the dictionary, it's got to have Solomon Kinley, because that guy will drive your ass right into the ground. So for me, I am all in on the Le'Veon Bell move because it's not going to cost you anything. It's not a risk in any way, shape, or form. Not a risk to your cap, not a risk to your team's culture, none of that. Either he falls in line and does what he's supposed to do, or he can go home. It's pretty simple. Go home. And here, and take your ball with you. You can do that too. That's just the way I would look at it. Orlando, do you think the Heat have to draft a point guard and keep Tyler Hero as their two guard and move Jimmy to small forward? Well, what point guard are you talking about, my man? Who are you going to draft right now that is going to make a difference as a rookie on this team right now? I don't know. I just don't see that. And this is the offseason where there's nothing out there. You know, maybe a Serge Ibaka, maybe Danilo Gallinari, maybe what's the name of this guy? He used to play for Utah and Atlanta. Oh man, he hit all those threes against us. He started to become a three-point shooter against us when he was with Utah. What's his name, man? And he can defend too. You know, those kind of guys that might become available, but you're going to save your money for the following year in 2021 when some of the big names become available. This offseason, you've got to find some kind of a disgruntled player. If you can do that, great. If you can't, then you're screwed. No, I don't think it's not Gordon Hayward. I forgot who it is. And LaMelo Ball. It's funny. Herman Cueva says, can we please talk about the knucklehead of Robert Hunt Start? Oh, about the knucklehead of Robert Hunt Start. I don't get that knucklehead rookie, as Fitz called them, young. Oh, I see. Well, that's just like he's just. It's kind of a term of endearment. He doesn't really mean anything negative by it. You know. Manzano says, Orlando, I think it would make sense for Le'Veon Bell to sign with the Dolphins because I think he needs a coach like Mike Tomlin or Brian Flores to control his ego a little bit. I don't know. You might be right. You might be right. That's one I can't answer, my friend.
Were you talking Jordan Clarkson?
Nope. Paul Millsap. I just remembered it. So Paul Millsap's another guy that can help them defensively and as a three guy. And Ibaka can help them with size and a three guy. What's this, the free agents?
From Sports Track.
Okay. How many does Miami have? Miami has Goran Dragic, and that's it?
Okay. Oh, that's strictly point guard, sir.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay.
Well, that was the topic, right?
Yes, you are correct. You are correct. You are correct. Let me see if I can. I wonder if. Oh yeah, these. I'm trying to refresh it. I think I did finally. Let me see. I'm trying to refresh it so I can then put. I want to see what, because I think the Heat have a couple of free agents, if I'm correct. So they're gonna, in their case, they are definitely in.
Isn't Iggy one? That was a short rental, correct?
No, he got an extension.
He did get an extension.
Yeah,
okay,
he got an extension.
You know what? Playoff experience with that guy, all about it.
Yeah, he got it. He definitely got an extension.
The only one that's coming to mind, obviously, that impact is Dragic.
Yeah, Dragic definitely is a free agent. There's a couple guys. Crowder's a free agent. There's a couple of people there. I just got to remember now off the top of my head which they are. Which are they? Let me see here. But, yeah, definitely they've got their share of what's it called? Free agents, for sure. They got absolutely a ton. Let's put it that way. Let me see if I can find it now. I think I can now. Now I think I got it. No, it didn't refresh the right way. I don't know, bro. Your phone's a little funky here. I'm trying to refresh and get all positions, and I can't get all positions on your thing. So there you go. Anyway. But I know Jay Crowder is another one of those guys. And, I wanted Jay Crowder back, but if you're going to allow him to shoot that many threes, I don't want him back. So, Gesicki was the longest tight end catch and run in Dolphin history. Yeah, I think you're right, actually. I think it was one of those. Damn, Big O, missed my show. I hope everything is good with you guys. Yes, everything's fine. Bill was a little under the weather, so we couldn't do the video portion of it the last couple of days. We did do podcasting, so it was there. But thank you all. I mean, very kind words to follow up here. The Heat need to sign some big men to anchor the paint and take pressure off Bam. Well, that's why I mentioned Ibaka. That might be one that, you could actually go after. Orlando with the Marlins basically making the playoffs this year. Do you think they make a crazy trade like Lindor or continue to build through the minor league system? Oh, build through the minor league system. They're not going to go and spend that kind of money right now. I don't believe that. Now, if they do it, then I'll be shocked. But I don't believe that they'll end up spending that kind of money when it's all said and done. By the way, we're out here at Toyota of Hollywood. Over 400,000 square feet out here. Over 1,500 cars and trucks. Come on out here. I've got my XSE out there parked. I love my XSE. Love driving my vehicle every single day. So I always encourage you to come on down here. And remember, if you've got a trade-in, if you're looking to buy or lease, and you've got a trade-in, they will give you $1,000 extra on your trade-in when you get on down here to 1841 North State Road 7. It is Toyota of Hollywood. Hey, it's Big O. For all of your family dental needs, please reach out to Moody's Dental. I've known Eric for a while, a big fan of our show. Call him at 305-821-0231. Whether it's you or your kids that need some dental help, whether it's implants, Invisaligns, they are the experts. Or if you're just looking to fill a cavity or clean your teeth, or maybe even get a crown, you are going to love the professionalism, the family-like atmosphere. And of course, when you talk about being clean, that's what it's all about in today's society. You are going to go to an extremely clean place. Go to moody'sdental.com. Go to the website. Follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Moody's Dental. Tell them that Big O sent you. 305-821-0231 or go to moody'sdental.com.
Are you tired of watching the same old travel videos on the internet? Well, then check out MikeNoGoZones.com. A travel documentary that's breaking barriers. I go to the places that the media tells you to peer, where no one else dares to go. Baltimore, Opelika, South Side of Chicago, and more. Go to MikeNoGoZones.com.
Hey, it's Big O. For all of your CBD, THC, or hookah needs, you got to get on down to VSS West Pines at 12397 Pembroke Road. Yes, they have got legal THC. You've got to check it out. And they've got, of course, when it comes to CBD, flower, tinctures, edibles, for all kinds of reasons, whether it's pain, stress, anxiety, you name it. And don't forget, when you mention my name, you'll get 20% off. Tell the boys out there that I told you to get on down to VSS West Pines, 12397 Pembroke Road, and call them 954-613-3367. Legal THC, CBD, all of your hookah needs. You go to VSS West Pines.
It's a buyer's market at Toyota of Hollywood. Over 1,500 Toyotas on the ground, and truckloads just keep on coming. Now pay up to 50% less. 2020 Camry, not $29,000, $17,775. 2020 Corolla, not $22,000, $13,775. Buy a new 2020 Toyota with 0 down and 0% financing, or we'll make your payments till 2021 at Toyota of Hollywood, the #1 volume Toyota dealer on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
All righty, we're back. We are out here at Toyota of Hollywood. Come on by and say hi. We'll be out here for a couple of hours if you want to come by. We'll take you here till about 5 o'clock. If you want to get in, you can reach out to us on the text line 786-322-1105. You can reach out also on Twitter at Big O Show. As always, of course, we've got the YouTube chat board, the super chat, so many things going on. So many ways actually to join us on the show. Dougie Fresh says, "Oh damn, the suspense around your show is like a telenovela." Yeah, except the fine women are not here. That's it. And if we had the drama with the fine women, now we're very telenovela. But yeah, no, it's just two dudes. That's it. And an ugly guy. That's me. Gesicki, was that the tight end? I have no idea if that was the longest. I have no idea. That it was pretty long, but I don't know if it was the longest. Dennis says, "Damn, Big O, missed my show. I hope everything is good." Yes, everything is good. I appreciate all of you, as always, for reaching out to us. How about Nick Saban getting COVID? That is, look.
It wasn't because of making an appearance at one of those parties, because they originated in Alabama.
Tuscaloosa, yes.
The
COVID party.
The dare to get COVID.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. And so Nick now gets COVID, can't coach the game. The game is still so far on, which, to me, none of these games should ever be played if somebody's found with COVID, because there's a good chance that somebody else got it. Now, Nick Saban is not a guy that really endears himself to a lot of people. He has probably been social distancing before social distancing started. Because at the Senior Bowl, he'll walk in and he'll have 2 Alabama State troopers on each flank. And you can't get close to the guy. Troopers will be like, and they're all like 6'6". Both, always. It's like 2 redwood trees that he's walking in with that've got badges. They're enormous human beings. You're like, holy crap. Like, you can spot the cop, like, from the other side of the field. And you're like, whoa, that's a big dude, bro. And you're 130 yards away.
Looks like he left the offensive line and put on a state trooper uniform.
Yeah, like if he played for him or Bama. And he's like, yeah, I'm here to protect any of our coaches. But so Saban, now that's what I'm telling you, that the fact that he's been social distancing forever, he doesn't like being around people. Maybe he, that's why you can play the game, because there's no way anybody caught it, because nobody's ever close to Saban. It's like watching Gase on a sideline. He's all by himself. He sits down. Nobody's anywhere to be found on the benches. He is one lonely dude. Joe says, couldn't have happened to a bigger liar. Not going to be the Alabama coach, still kind of bug you there? Saban's lie, in hindsight, Saban's lie was the right thing to do. Because obviously he's not going to tell you he's leaving, because then everybody goes ape crap. But for him, he needed to do it this way, and he needed to leave. Right? He wasn't made for the NFL. He's made for college. So when it's all said and done, he kind of made he handled it the only way he could handle it. Because at that moment, if you come out and you're truthful, your owner's freaking out, everybody's freaking out. It's a story, and it goes crazy. So he really kind of handled it the only way he knew how to. That's why, you watch that he gets COVID, and you know what? Listen, I'm not going to make light of it, because it's a serious thing. and I hope he gets through it. I don't want anybody to suffer. But I just find it kind of interesting when it happens to some folks that may not be taking it serious. And, I'm not necessarily convinced that Nick's not taking it serious, but I kind of think he is one of those guys that is not masking up when he doesn't have to and things like that. It's a hell of a story. I'll tell you that. Dougie Fresh gives us a little love on the Super Chat. Oh, can we make a pool for guessing the announcement tomorrow? I'm going with Bill working with the Tilt-A-Whirl at the county fair and you fulfilling your dream as a hand model. Any guesses from the gang? Go ahead. You guys got any guesses? I'm a hand model now. I like it. So this is hand model material right here, according to Dougie Fresh. Okay?
Just going to make a suggestion. Remember what happened to George Costanza and an iron. Stay away from irons, bro.
Yes, I remember that. It's actually a good one. New York City Sports says, you should hear the talk here in New York City regarding the sorry Jets and Gase and the Le'Veon Bell fiasco. Well, brother, I would imagine that they hate that guy there like poison. They can't wait to get rid of him. They're pissed off because the Jets continue to be a dysfunctional organization. And listen, as Dolphin fans, we can relate. You know, the Dolphins were very dysfunctional for a long, long time. Okay? So it's not something it's something that we're very experienced in as it is. And that's why it's really nice to see what goes on now with the Dolphins. The disaster that it used to be is not there anymore. The dysfunction is not there anymore. The incompetence is not there anymore. So I feel you. I know what you're saying, and I'm sorry about that, but yeah, no, Jet fans, they've got to be sick to their stomach. David says Saban did not want to lie on the bet he made for himself with Dante Culpepper. Ray says, don't hold on to that hot iron, Orlando. Herman says, a new sports show, I guess. Okay. But I already have a sports show. Big O, make the big announcement. Promar wants. Gus 1388 says, Big O gets a job at Rolling Stones writing about rock bands and some sports stories. I got to tell you, I mean, not that I'm a writer, but that actually would be a lot of fun. At least, you know what I like about that guess is that at least you put me somewhere where I would be happy. Covering music. That's cool. You know, although I will say Dougie Fresh is a hand model. You know, I can be pretty happy doing a hand model. It's not bad. I mean, I've clearly got the hands to be a hand model. Right? These are man hand model hands, right? Pretty much. Saban fixed it with the Dolphins with mentioning Tua. Big O is merging with 5 Reasons Sports. I saw that with Ethan, but that's not what I do. I don't really do the radio stuff. I mean, not the radio stuff, the writing stuff like Ethan does. And I know he does podcasting, but I already have my own podcast, so no, I don't think so. That's not it. I think we do a podcast every day, and we're all right. Over 2.2 million downloads. I think we're pretty good in our first year. You know, not too bad. So it's interesting, but I'm the football guy. He's more the basketball guy. So I don't know. I don't know how 5 Reasons and I would merge. That's if you can think of something, then I'll talk to Ethan. And I've known Ethan for 20-plus years. Got nothing but love for Ethan. But I know where you're going because Ethan put out on Instagram that he's got something and something like that because he's working on something. I don't know what it is. I can't tell you. But I think you saw the Ethan thing and mine, even though we're separate. But I get it. It's fair. Fair enough. Remember, Jay Ajayi now is Gase's problem. Hitting Adam Gase with a hard hand. Bromar says, let me see. No, it's not. We got that one already. 786-322-1105. If you want to get in on the text line, that's 786-322-1105. You see there's no Pro Bowl this year. I don't know if you guys saw that, but they've made the announcement that they canceled the Pro Bowl. And I got to tell you something. When I think about that, I say this. Thank the Lord. The Pro Bowl is absolute garbage. Like, I have no interest in watching the Pro Bowl at all. I think I've told you the story that over the last, 7-8 years, I've watched it once, and I was whenever the Dallas Super Bowl was at, that's when I watched it. I was at a cigar bar, and they had it on. And so I was smoking my cigar, and I would glance up and watch it a little bit.
Look, the players want one thing, be announced to the team, and that's it. They don't even want to participate.
Yeah, no, I know. Well, the Pro Bowl now is the latest event to be canceled because of COVID-19. The NFL announced it today that this season's Pro Bowl, which had been scheduled for January 31st, will not be played. The league isn't officially calling it a cancellation, but a re-imaging of the Pro Bowl, and the rosters will still be voted upon the fans, players, and coaches, and virtual activities will recognize the game's biggest stars. But whatever word you want to use for it, Pro Bowl will not be played. So it's a favor for all of us. Okay? I don't mind watching sports, but I don't want to watch some farce. I want to watch real competition. And the Pro Bowl is not real competition. All right, let's take a quick break. It's 4 o'clock, baby. You want to get in? 786-322-1105. That's 786-322-1105. If you want to get in on the program, you can reach out to us on Twitter. That's at Big O Show. Let me tell you a little bit about Toyota of Hollywood. I just saw Steve Ostrov here a little bit ago. Look, I haven't seen Herbie Lopez. Gary Thompson's out here. Rick, Eddie, Osric Smith, Joel Rubio, Lori Rodriguez. Just some great people to help you out at the #1 volume sales dealership in the Southeast United States when it comes to, of course, Toyotas, and that's Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. And let me tell you some lease features right now, $149 a month for the Toyota 2021 Corolla LE. The Corolla Hatchback SE 2020 model, $269 a month. The 2020 Camry LE, $205 a month. The Camry RAV4, which has got a great new look, $289 a month. The Highlander, the all-wheel drive Toyota Highlander L, $379 a month. This is why I tell you to come on down to the finest dealership in the business. No better Toyota dealership than Toyota of Hollywood.
It's Big O for all of your CBD, THC, or hookah needs. You got to get on down to VSS West Pines at 12397 Pembroke Road. Yes, they have got legal THC. You got to check it out. And they've got, of course, when it comes to CBD, flower, tinctures, edibles, for all kinds of reasons, whether it's pain, stress, anxiety, you name it. And don't forget, when you mention my name, you'll get 20% off. Tell the boys out there that I told you to get on down to VSS VSS West Pines, 12397 Pembroke Road, and call them 954-613-3367. Legal THC, CBD, all of your hookah needs. You go to VSS West Pines.
Are you tired of watching the same old travel videos on the internet? Well, then check out MikeNoGoZones.com. A travel documentary that's breaking barriers. I go to the places that the media tells you to peer, where no one else dares to go. Baltimore, Opelika, South Side of Chicago, and more. Go to MikeNoGoZones.com.
Hey, it's Big O for EJD Construction. Listen, I've been telling you about Eric for a long time now. Custom home builder for additions, home remodeling. We're not talking about a handyman. Maybe you want to redo that man cave. We're not going to a lot of live sporting events. So you want to improve that experience in your man cave? Call them 305-433-4843. Tell them that Big O sent you and go to the Instagram page. You can see the before and after there. You'll be impressed. EJD_construction. Call them 305-433-4843 or go to the website ejdconstruction.com.
America's premium sports sedan is at Acura of Pembroke Pines, and this is how we do it. TLX $259 a month, $259 at Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealer.
All right, we back. John says, hey, it's Tuesday is my birthday. I want to get a throwback jersey. I don't know who to get. I'm tied with Gesicki and Wilkins. If I got to tell you, it says if Gesicki, he would sign a long-term deal when it's up. I think Gesicki will, but I would say Wilkins is the guy that you may want to get because I think Wilkins is one of those guys that can play for a long, long time in this league, man. We're out here at Toyota of Hollywood. We'll get back to the sports talk in just 1 second. My man Sean Jones from Toyota VIP is here. And you see us sometimes wear those Toyota VIP masks. This is the man that's got the hookup out here. So when you enter the VIP club here at Toyota of Hollywood, and Sean, speaking to the mic there, my man, how are you doing first and foremost?
I'm doing great. You know, it's always a pleasure waking up in the morning. I consider that, for myself personally, a blessing. I'm in sunny South Florida, so all the listeners that are out there, hello, this is Sean Jones, Toyota Hollywood VIP.
So what is let's explain to people what that means, because a lot of people own Toyotas and maybe, they can become a VIP, get a little extra treatment.
Yes, definitely. Well, the concept is pretty simple. VIP, obviously, very important person, but what I wanted to do is bring something a little bit different to the industry. We all know, and just keeping it real per se, the auto industry doesn't always have the best reputation. So what we did at Toyota Hollywood in the VIP department, we said, you know what, we can show people just in simply understanding that we don't always have to sell you. We can give you great consultation. We can reward you. A lot of our customers out of here get discounts off of parts and accessories that they weren't aware of. So we want to expose this out into the community. If you have a Toyota vehicle and you just want to stop by, you want to pick up a part or accessory or just do service, even if you're not a customer that bought a Toyota, come on in, ask for Sean in VIP. I'll make sure whatever incentives we have going on, you'll be able to take advantage of that.
I love that. And if you're part of the VIP, you might even get one of those cool masks. Which, did you guys patent that thing? Because it keeps cool inside.
Well, you know what the unique idea even with the mask is, we're a community-based organization and company. So obviously with this pandemic, it's changed a lot of our lives. And I thought the mask would be a really cool idea to give out to the community. And it's a representation of who we are to say, listen, we're in this all together, literally. So a mask is just a way of us saying, hey, if it's something that looks cool and it can add some protection to you and your life, for your friends and family, by all means, we're supportive of that.
I like it. And Sean, when people come out, like if somebody's listening now and they can come on in, they want to buy or lease a vehicle, they can get in VIP whether they're buying or leasing?
Yes, definitely. As a matter of fact, I have what's called the VIP Care Package. So every customer that actually does purchase a vehicle, I mean, it's not a lot, but it's the idea behind it. We find little ways to still say thank you. We're going to give you a tremendous deal. I mean, we're the #1 retail dealer of Toyota vehicles on the East Coast, so we're that champion. But aside from a great deal, you want to have a great experience, and you want to know someone within the dealership that, for whatever reason, every now and again we may get it wrong. You could reach out and say, listen, Sean, I had this situation happen, and I assure you 100% guarantee if I'm involved in any situation, whether it be purchasing a car, leasing a car, or you're just doing service, if you have a gripe with the dealership, I'll do my best to take care of it and make sure you leave out here a happy customer.
That's what it's all about, Sean Jones. And Sean, if somebody wants to find out about it online or phone, what do they got to do? How do they contact you?
Well, the best way to reach out, I'm going to give you 2 numbers, and I know for those that are listening, you have a pen or pen handy, that would be great. You can reach Sean Jones in the VIP department directly at 954-893-4660. So again, that number, 954-893-4660. Any questions you have, you want to set up an appointment, you want to know something about purchasing a car, basically I'm not going to hassle you or pressure you about anything, but I'm going to use my over 25 years of industry experience to help consult you. And you know what, Mr. Big O?
Yes, sir.
I think.
Tell me, Sean.
We want to do something different. I'm feeling given right now, and I think sometimes we don't give as much as we can. Anyone that's out there that's listening right now, on most models, whether it be foreign or domestic, I'm willing to get our service department to give you a $24.95 synthetic oil change. An oil change, synthetic oil, is usually about $60.
I was going to say.
$24.95. You just come in. You must see Sean in the VIP department. That's the only way I'll be able to honor that for you.
There you go.
And you get up to 5 quarts. So come down and see us, located on the corner of 441 and Taft Street.
There you go. Come see him. You get a synthetic oil change, $24.95. Can I get that deal too? Because I can use one of those.
Most definitely. But like everybody else, you must come and see me, and I'll take care of you.
All right. So I definitely will go see you. Sean, the other thing I was going to ask you. Are there any other kind of deals about VIP that people can take advantage of?
Well, aside from being able to come in and get the discounts, we have the discounts on parts, we have the discounts on accessories. If you're interested in financing, there's a lot of programs from Toyota through VIP. I'll be able to consult you and let you know what's available. There's 0% financing. There's cashback programs. We have a referral-based program as well. So we have a lot of different things that we feel would be in the best interest of the consumer. And right before the pandemic, we were working with a lot of major companies to be able to get the VIP discount membership to give you savings beyond Toyota. You may want to take a travel somewhere or do so. We're currently working on that right now. So if you come in and you sign up, it's absolutely free. There's no catch attached. Once you sign up, we'll give you the updates of all the additional benefits that's coming along.
There you go, Sean Jones from VIP Program Director. Come on out here. Tell him that we sent you. See him, and you could get your synthetic oil change for $24.95. That is one heck of a deal. Sean, thank you for taking some time, man. We really appreciate it.
It's my pleasure. Everyone, have a fantastic, wonderful day. If you're in the area, see VIP Sean at Toyota Hollywood. Mention Big O so I can take care of you and service your car.
You got it. And we'll tell the folks, we'll tweet all this out, and we'll tweet this segment out too. All right, my brother?
Thank you.
Thank you, Sean.
Take care, everyone.
You got it, my man. There you go. Sean Jones, VIP Program Director. Thank you, as always. So there you go, synthetic oil change. All right, Bill, after you fix the camera there, we're gonna go to Brian Flores. Had his press conference today. And, we like to break down the Brian Flores press conference and tell you exactly what he said. By the way, those cars look so amazing, right? The yellow and the blue behind Sean. I'm seeing that before Bill moves it. Now he's moving it now. Now I don't see it anymore. Although you can still see the blue a little bit there on the corner of the screen. We almost. It's just a little.
Sorry, I made it disappear, bro.
Now you can't even tell it's a Supra. You know what I mean? But it's a badass blue Supra, that's for sure. I don't know, red, yellow, the blue. I still would probably take the yellow one. The yellow one is awesome, dude. All right, Brian Flores addressed the meteors. We got a lot of questions, a lot of concerns as we're going into this jet week. What concerns is there, really? Let's just kick Adam Gase's ass is all that we need. All right, let's go. Let's hear from...
Wait a minute. You don't want to do that too bad. You don't want them to fire him on Sunday evening or Monday morning, right?
It's the inevitable. Maybe I do want him to fire him because...
For us to be the cause that we've ended his career?
Yeah, and then on top of all of that, they get somebody in that's a little bit more of a coach, and they win 2 or 3 games and ruin their opportunity at Trevor Lawrence. So that's kind of what I want to see. If they keep Gase, we might secure 0-16. Even though Trevor, it doesn't matter what quarterback goes there. You're dead in the water with those guys. All right, let's hear from Brian Flores. Go ahead.
I wanted to ask you pretty much a question about the rushing attack and how you would evaluate it going into Game 6. Matt, Miles, and Jordan, the backs are collectively averaging 2.8 yards per carry. Obviously, that can't satisfy you, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's like everything else. We got to improve running game, play action, red zone, 2-minute. We're working on it on a daily basis. Those guys are working hard along with the offensive line and the fullbacks and tight ends, of getting the blocking where we need it, and running it better. So, but these guys are working hard. I think we've ran it effectively in some instances, and but we can be better overall. But that's the case in really a lot of areas, offensively, defensively, in the kicking game. And these guys are working to get better and improve. And thankfully, we get another opportunity to try to go out there and improve it on Sunday.
Josh.
Hi, Flo. Good morning. When we were in Santa Clara, I don't recall hearing anything in the press box about Kyle Van Noy. Could you maybe explain what happened? Was it something that flared up after? And if he does have an absence, how that affects your defense moving forward?
Well, yeah, Kyle's got a little bit of a groin. I think it's something that happened. I would say after. These guys, they fight through some things throughout the game, which he obviously did. But he's doing everything he can to get back out, on the field to practice from a rehab standpoint, from a treatment standpoint. He's a tough guy. Obviously, a focal part, a big part to the defense and this team. I shouldn't say just the defense from a leadership standpoint. So he's doing everything he can to get back. And hopefully we see him today. Look, obviously, when somebody has is nicked up, you go through the contingency plans, but we do that every week. So we've got a plan if we had to limit his snaps, but that's the case for every position. So I think that happens across the league. Got to have a backup plan for everything, especially in this climate. So, but Kyle's a tough guy. We'll see. Hopefully he's out there today.
Cam.
Hey, good morning, Flo. I guess somebody asked you about Le'Veon Bell yesterday and I guess defending him with the Jets. Obviously now he's a free agent. I wanted to ask if you guys are going to be trying to go after him, maybe to add to your team.
First, Kim, let me say I forgot to say this to you a few weeks ago. Congrats on the baby.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Congrats to you. You've been looking a little sluggish, so I assume, that's I understand now why.
Yeah, I just got done a feeding and a changing, so I'm not getting much sleep. So
there you go. Good.
Appreciate you.
I appreciate your sluggishness. It's no problem. No problem on my end. The questions are still very good. All right, but as far as Le'Veon, that's really more of a question for Chris. Look, my focus right now is just on the Jets and the players they have on their team. Now, I've said this before. He's a very good player. As a personnel staff, as an organization, we look at anyone who is available that could help our team. But obviously, all conversations stay internal, and quite honestly, my focus has been on preparation for this week. It's really more of a question for Chris and the personnel staff, but yeah, he's a good player. But our focus is on this week on the Jets and our preparation for the players on the Jets this week.
All right, so now answering the Le'Veon Bell question, the follow-up to it. Listen, he's not dissing the player at all. And I know he's kind of leaving it to Chris Greer and all of that stuff, but let's call it like we see it here. That tells me there's some interest. And you saw the beginning of this press conference where Omar Kelly was like, well, you're averaging like 3 yards a game. You can't be happy with that, which is like, you think, Omar? But yeah, and Omar was right for asking the question because they struggle running the ball. I don't really have a problem with that, to be honest with you, because I can't expect a line so young and so new to each other to all of a sudden they're going to be perfect in pass blocking and run blocking. They've done a good enough job for me at pass blocking that I know that they've got to work on their run blocking. So I understand all of that. But when describing the player, having said everything that, it's probably a question better suited for Greer or whatever, and I'm focused on the Jets right now and all of that, and then he still says he's a good player, by him making a commitment, just an opinion, that tells me that there's some legit interest from the Dolphins in Le'Veon Bell. And I like it. I like it, man. Le'Veon, look, he has a home here in South Florida. we're a no tax state, and he'll get to play the Jets one time. And if he signs a 2-year deal, which you know Chris Greer will sign him to a 2-year deal. I think I saw somewhere where, somebody was worried about the money and the cap, and stop worrying about that. They can overcome it, and they'll figure it out if they have to. But that's not such a big priority right now. And the kind of money you'll be giving him will not be cap crippling. That's the thing that I would disagree with anybody that thinks this would be crippling. All right, Bill, continue.
Hi, Brian. I have no excuse for looking sluggish this morning. I'm sorry. Regarding kickers, you were with an organization that was very blessed to have Vinatieri and Gostkowski, very dependable. Now you come here, you have Jason Sanders. I wonder if it might be easy for people to overlook the importance of kickers and until you don't have one, maybe. So I'm wondering, how much better do you sleep at night knowing you have a guy who can depend on?
Look, I think, I started in the kicking game. That's where I got my break in coaching. So, I know and understand how important those guys at those positions are, whether it's kicker, punter, long snapper, returners, ball security, or things of that nature. To have a guy who's dependable, a guy who he's going to do everything he can possible to make sure that he puts himself in the best position to, make a great kick, make the kick that we need, make the punt that we need, give us the snap that we need. And really, you want that at all positions. But, no one really thinks about those specialists until, we're down to the wire. We need the kick. So, Jason's done a great job. Again, I think it's important that he continues. It's important to him that he continues to improve and get better and continue with his consistency. That's been, good thus far. And we need to just, keep going in this direction. So yes, I'm very pleased with where he is and the job he's done really on obviously field goals, but also kickoffs. He's done a good job from that standpoint. And just his every day, his attitude and his work ethic on a day-to-day basis. He's really done a good job really since I've been here.
Adam?
I couldn't let you go without another COVID question. The Falcons had four positives today, it sounded like. Do you think we're getting to the point now where the league would be best served just to put in a second bye to give themselves more flexibility going forward? And are you expecting to have to play 18 weeks this year because of what's going on?
Yeah, literally, I just heard about that right before I got on here about the Falcons. It's unfortunate. I think a lot of teams are trying to do everything they can, to limit the spread of this virus. Unfortunately, it's hit a couple teams. Look, we're just going to do. We're going to control what we can control. We're going to just kind of follow the lead of the league. And look, if they add a bye, I can have an opinion on it, but at the end of the day, I'm really just going to focus my energy on our team. And if they make a schedule change like we've already dealt with, then we'll just, do what needs to be done so that we can try to, play games and play a season. So whatever that means, that's an 18th week, if that's another bye, if that's more changes to the schedule, then that's what we do. But I think at the end of the day, every one of us that are part of this league, we just need to continue to try to be responsible, make good decisions, wear the mask, social distance, wear the tracers, so we can, at least put ourselves in position to play games and play this year.
Joe?
Morning, Flo. On Raekwon Davis, how much is capable of do you believe you've seen so far?
You kind of cut out a little bit right before capable.
How much have you seen relative to what he's capable of?
Yeah, Raekwon, he's very. I think he's got a lot of talent. He's big, he's strong, he's athletic, but he's young. He's a young player still learning how to play in this league against a lot of good players, and he's still trying to find his way and find his niche, his role within the scheme. And I think as a staff, we're trying to put him in good positions, in the best positions to do what he does well. So he's big, he's athletic, and he's tough and he cares. So I think with the injury to Gachao, he should get a few more opportunities along with some other guys, and hopefully takes advantage of those opportunities. But yeah, there's talent here. We just gotta get them to play with more consistency, which is the case for all young players.
Saban.
Hey, Coach. Good morning. I want to ask when the other teams in the league are going through their COVID situations, are you guys kind of just reaching out, seeing what's going wrong? What are some things that maybe you guys could do to continue to be on the right track of this, as you guys have been so far?
I mean, we're always trying to find different ways to get better. I think Kyle and our medical staff, Kyle Johnston, he's our head trainer, our medical staff, they're constantly trying to, what can we do better? From a meeting standpoint, from a walkthrough standpoint, from a practice standpoint. So, yes, we're trying to find ways to, mitigate the risks really on a daily basis. So I think those guys have done a good job of that, and they're getting the compliance from the players, coaches, everybody's involved here. So yeah, I mean, it's important to all of us that we keep, first and foremost, it's not about the games, it's about keeping everyone here safe and healthy. I think that's where we always start. That's where my meetings always start. This isn't about playing, 18 football or whatever, finishing the season. That's important, but what's more important is, the health and safety of everyone in this building. And then, that also applies to all their families also, as we know how this virus spreads. So keeping everyone safe, keeps your family safe. And then, another byproduct of that is we get to play. So, yeah, we're always trying to look for different ways to help or to get better. But we also know that, we're not exempt, and, we can do everything right, and we could pop a positive test, and, we just got to try to isolate whoever that is or whenever that shows up. And we want to be able to trace it. And we want to be able to say we were all wearing masks, and, hopefully continue to go about our daily routine and daily business.
When he's talking about this, and it's the worst, and it's so embarrassing about this. And this is not a Dolphin thing. This is not a Brian Flores thing. This is not an Alabama thing. This isn't a Colorado Rapids thing. For those of you who don't know, that MLS team lost 3 more games this week. They've lost 7 so far. Their season is over, actually. But whatever. It's just amazing how stupid we are in this country. It just put on a mask. That way we can, mitigate it. We can stop the spread of it. We can slow it drastically down. We all know that the masks aren't perfect, but Lord knows they protect you. They're going to protect you to a certain extent. Nothing's perfect. I get all of that. But it's funny how this is all about just following simple rules. They're not that difficult. They're not really asking that much. People that think they're losing their rights, it's stupid, bro. And meanwhile, we're watching Cristiano Ronaldo got it. I mean, it's just biggest coach in college football gets it. The biggest athlete in the world gets it. Anybody can get this thing. But you know what also helps you getting this thing? Not respecting it. And downplaying it and not taking it serious and walking around without your mask and talking to people, shaking hands, and whatever it is that you do that you put yourself in trouble with a lot of stupid things. I have now been able to kind of program myself. It took me a while, obviously, but it's like now I'm conscious of it all. I've been like that for a little bit, but it takes you a while to forget to grab the handle of any door with your hand. Use a rag, use a shirt, use whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's weird. It's like, and I got to remember now whenever I go into restaurants to take a pen just in case I got to sign the ticket. That's it. Because if not, then I got to say, oh, give me a minute. I got to go to my car. And I literally go to my car to get a pen to then sign the receipt. That's where we're at. But it's pretty simple to stay away from all of this. Not that I want to give them a pass. Not that I want to say, it's not as bad as you make it out to be. But when it comes to college kids and high school kids, I almost feel like it's a rite of passage. I just don't expect a young kid to be that anal about not wanting to be touched or their things touched or anything like that. But it's weird. All of this, all these protocols, it's just following a couple simple rules. It's not the end of the world, dude. Bill and I, every Friday, we're outside at Craig's Inn. We're luckily here on Thursdays, we're inside always. And we're by ourselves because it's a ginormous place. The roof is 20 feet tall, so you're not really going to run into a lot of issues. But still, man, and we're always out in the heat. So it's not the end of the world. Put on our mask in the heat. All right, 786-322-1105. Go ahead. Keep going with the coach.
My final question will go to Cameron.
Hey, Flo, if I could take a little bit of a detour. I don't know how big of a boxing fan you are, but there's a match going on Saturday. And one of the fighters is Teofimo Lopez. He's from Brooklyn. He's Honduran. So I was curious if you had any knowledge of him or if he was in your rooting interest.
Yeah, a Brooklyn guy from Honduras. Yeah, I know exactly who he is. Good fighter. Look, I'm not really big into boxing, but aside from Mike Tyson being right from the neighborhood I grew up in, I was always a big fan of his. But yeah, I know a little bit, but a Brooklyn guy from Honduras. Yeah, I'm rooting for him, no matter what's going on.
There you go. That's the head coach. Little boxing question and everything. You got to love that. John Rouse says, I'm not thrilled to get Bell. He hasn't done, he said dick, in the last 2 to 3 years. He's right. He's right. But that doesn't mean he can't play. And it's 2 years. The last one at the Steelers and last year. This would be the third, but I'm not going to blame him for this whole year or the few games they've played. I got to see him fail with the next team and say, okay, he's toast. Something's going on. Jets got the wrong guy, which I got no problem with that too. Let's see, what else do we have here? So hopefully this rumor I'm hearing that the Dolphins plan to give him a fair amount is just a smokescreen. Yes, I would imagine it's a fair amount. Because I would imagine that it's not a fair amount because he already made his money and got the signing bonus. He's making millions this year. No, I don't think that's going to be the issue.
You know what's something to think about, O?
What?
Here's another guy that got paid big money at running back, and it blew up on that team's face.
Devonta Freeman, Todd Gurley.
Yep. The list is bigger of guys that have failed after they get the money running back wise than guys that have continued. And oh my gosh, he's definitely going to be a Hall of Famer.
Bell was.
Don't give running backs big money.
Bell was a headache because his coach hates him and is a cancer. Well, the guy that is also hated is, is Adam Gase too. You want hate, baby. That's hate right there. I think everybody hates Gase more than they hate Le'Veon Bell. You know what I'm saying? And I think Gase is ruining more people than.
I think that's a safe statement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you are a no-show to voluntary off-season workouts, that's not the coach's fault. Yep. No, I wouldn't. I can't argue with that. But again, it's the Jets, man. You know, I would try it because you're not really giving them any real big money, and it's not really guaranteed. So I would take the chance.
Yeah, but didn't Pittsburgh? He never would show up for camps early and stuff like that. And he's a workout guy, and they didn't have a problem with him not being there, if I'm not mistaken. Correct?
Yeah. No. Clearly, Tomlin has got a magic hand on how he handles players.
I don't know how. I don't know how he had
Big
those
Ben,
two guys. Yeah.
AB, and Le'Veon on the same team.
We never knew nothing.
Right.
Until the first thing that really blipped on the surface was AB filming the stuff in the locker room.
And the fight with Ben.
That was the start of.
Right. That was the start of it. Then
he still kept it quiet for another year or so.
And it was really goofy stuff on the team and on the field or in the locker room. It didn't become assault and sexual assault and battery and all the other things.
It was all team internal.
Right, which they could live with that. But then it started happening off the field, and it got out of control. So, yeah. I think he runs with patience and would fit us well as long as catching the ball out of the backfield. I'd be good with it. And who's the young QB? Best friend, tight end, and running back can pick up a pass rusher. Yeah. Yeah. Man of 1,005 Hold says, that's why the – damn, bro.
Can you imagine Breida with his speed and Bell if Bell can be what he was?
Yeah. He says
pick your poison.
Joe
man.
says, I think he runs well with patience and would fit us well as long as catching the ball out of the backfield. I'd be good with it. And who's the young QB? Best friend, tight end, and running back can pick up a pass rusher. I mean, I think it's worth a try, Joe. I really do. I don't think you're going to lose anything. He's an idiot. You cut him. Okay? He doesn't perform. You cut him. He plays well. I think you get a bargain. Is what ends up happening. Big O, who do you dislike most, Philbin or Gase? No, Gase, dude. I don't dislike Philbin. Cam Cameron's not a bad person. Rest in peace, Tony Sperano was definitely not a bad dude. Was a really cool guy. Dave Wanstead, really good man. Okay? Gase is a guy that's not likable. And I didn't like Saban either. Those are guys that were kind of like jerks. But I've kind of squashed everything with Saban. And over the years, I've had some interviews with him. And we've kind of gotten past it. And I will say this about Saban. That he is kind of a jerk and all that. But I think he's kind of changed a little bit over the years. And it seems like he's not as big a jerk as he used to be. But, Gase and Saban, those are the guys that you can dislike.
Saban's just a littler jerk.
Yeah, probably. 5'5". Anyway, but the other guys, you know what? I can't hate those guys. I can say they suck as coaches. Like, I wouldn't want Joe Philbin ever to be a head coach for my team ever again or anywhere else. But I don't hate Joe Philbin. How do you hate a guy that's willing to, pick up some trash off the floor, man? Come on. I'm indifferent with Bell. I think people are being too dramatic about it. If we don't sign him, oh well. If we do, let's see what he can do. And if he comes in and works hard, there you go. I agree. It's not a big deal. I don't think it's a big deal one way or the other. It's only a big deal if he performs at a high level. That's it. Rosendo, I love you. There you go. Gase should be coaching the Jets for the next 20 years. That would be actually beautiful. Isais says, Big O, it's nice to see you. Thank you. It's nice to be seen. Let's see. What else? The thing with Bell is, though, that if he can line up outside as a wide receiver, too. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Ray's calling Mr. Philbin, Mr. Potato Head, Joe Philbin. He is kind of potato. But I always looked at Joe Philbin like Uncle Fester. When I would see him, it was either he's Larry Coker or Uncle Fester. And then again, Uncle Fester is Larry Coker and Joe Philbin. No, but seriously, think about it. Right? I mean, Joe Philbin and not Fester. Who did I just say now? What was the other damn name? I'm so tired. My memory's already going. I feel like Mike Tyson in that interview with Piers Morgan on, what is it? Good Morning Britain or whatever, right? And he like fell asleep and because he's just worn out. He looked kind of drunk or drugged up or something.
So you're like a little punch drunk?
I am not. Well, yeah, right. Yes. I'm not drunk, but I get what you mean by that. Yes. I kind of feel that way. Coker. That's it. Although man of 1,005 holds, put Cocker. I love it.
Would that be a Joe?
A man of 1,005 holds. I love it. And then Herman follows up with Larry Cocker. You know there's no C between the O and the K, right, guys? Rosendo says trouble with teammates, injuries, off-field distractions. He wants the ball. Sounds like a good signing with Bell. I'll take it, man. I'll take it. Flipper13 says, since the Bell deal would hit the spring of 2021 free agency money, I would only want Bell for the right price. Wait a minute. Are you guaranteed that the Dolphins are a 2021 Super Bowl contender or 2022? If you think they are, then Bell will help you at least. Bell will be the better running back. And again, if you sign him for a year or two, I'm telling you, they're not going to pay him a lot of money. So they could still draft a young guy, develop him. Remember, isn't Bell 29? I'm telling you, a 2-year deal would be perfect. That way, if you can't play, you get rid of him, you take a small cap hit, you move on. It's not the end of the world. It's not going to cripple you. You guys got to stop. This contract will not affect anything in the future. If you're reading a media member telling you that it's going to affect the future in getting anybody, you're reading in the wrong place. Because Miami's not going to give him a big contract. I don't believe that at all. I see Stephon Gilmore is practicing for the Patriots. Fresh off that COVID. Yeah. Love it.
He will be 29 this coming February.
There you go. Bill
Plus, you got to remember the minus 2 years of no playing on his body. It's not a true 29-year-old.
Actually, you're right. That's a great point. Even the 5 games he played this year, he barely played. Didn't really play a lot. He's kind of fresh.
Man, if you could get...
He's a fresh 29.
Oh, think about it. If you get 75% of what Le'Veon Bell was,
that's pretty good.
Still a hell of a back.
Yeah, no, that's like maybe, like the 5th or 6th best back in Dolphin history.
Yeah, you would say because
Zonka,
figure 75%. You're
Ricky,
looking at
look Zonka, Morris, Ricky at 75. A 75% Le'Veon Bell is behind Ricky, is behind Zonka, is behind Morris. Is he behind Lamar Smith? No, right? Because he's still more talented than Lamar Smith. I know Lamar had that one really good year for us in the 200-yard game against the Colts. Still go Le'Veon. Let me see. I'm trying to think of another back that we had since I was a kid that's better than Le'Veon and just behind Zonka, Morris, and Ricky. Is there another guy? Can't think of another one.
You're not going to Tony Nathan or...
Yeah, Tony Nathan was a nice back. He was a great back
Norm
at Alabama.
Bulash.
He was a great back at Alabama, Tony Nathan.
Oh, yeah.
But he just turned out to be a pass catcher for the Dolphins. He was never really a great running back.
Did you hear Norm Bulash ball?
Yes, I heard.
The bowling ball.
I heard. Higgs. Did we go with Higgy? Did we go with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
I'll tell you one that should be up there that unfortunately passed away, and that's Overstreet. That one always hurts, man.
Do we go with Larry Cocker? Oh, Jim Kick, the late Jim Kick. We just lost him.
Kick's got to be up there.
It's pretty close. That's a pretty close one because Kick had several years with us. Lamar Miller, hell no. Yeah.
The aspect
he was just a guy in the NFL. He never really turned out to be special in the NFL. But I will give Lamar Miller credit. He produced even more than I expected. I wasn't a big believer of Lamar Miller at the next level. Ronnie Brown, that's a good one. That's close. A healthy Ronnie Brown, yeah, you got to take him over Le'Veon Bell. That's a good one. I like that one. I like that one a lot.
Like the one listener said, the fact that you could put him out there at receiver, line him up anywhere, man. It could be a very interesting added piece to, what Chan could do to defenses.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Mismatches.
Super Boom Shack threw in Sammy Smith. That's awesome. I love it.
I'm surprised nobody mentioned Abdul-Jabbar.
I mentioned it. Yes, I did. I mentioned it.
Okay.
I had already mentioned it, but he's definitely not ahead of Le'Veon Bell.
No.
Mr. 1 yard touchdowns. Julius 305, a little love on the Super Chat. There's the legend, Steve Ostrov. He's in the house, on the floor. Julius says, thanks for today's show. Needed distraction. Well, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for, as always, giving us a little love on the Super Chat. And we are grateful that we're able to make your day just a little bit better. I like it. Chan Gailey and Flo won't let him do that. He knows he'd be on a tight leash. I agree. Ooh, Benny Malone is coming in. I like it. There you go, Benny Malone. Yeah, but it's definitely not in front of Le'Veon Bell at 75%. No.
Forgot about Benny Malone.
That's
bow-legged, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Low center of gravity.
Gus says, Beasley says, Dolphins are offering a 2-year deal to Bell. I'm sorry. Did anybody say that I bet they would offer Bell a 2-year deal? I'm sorry. Did I not say that Chris Greer would take advantage and give you a 2-year deal to kind of hook you in? And it's a cheap one like he did. It's the same Devontae Parker deal. Hey, Le'Veon, things haven't gone well for you. Listen, we got a great young offensive line. We got depth here. We got 2 awaiting. We got 2 number 1 wide receivers in Devontae and Preston. We got a number 1 tight end in Gesicki. Come on down, man. Join us. We'll get you back on track, and after that second year, we'll talk. He's 29, bro. They're not going to talk. They're going to play him for 2 years, and then they're going to dump his ass. That's what they're going to do. They'll draft a guy next year in his second year, and then when he's done with his second year, that kid will then take over. And that's all. That's what's going to happen. If they sign him again. Okay? If they sign him. By the way, his agent. It's Adiza.
You know what? I do remember
I
at the
was
Senior Bowl. Yes,
I was busting. No, I was at the East West. I was busting
I'm sorry.
his balls.
You're right. When we were in the lobby.
Yeah.
At the trade winds.
In the middle of the lobby.
In the middle of the lobby at the trade winds. Yeah, that was great.
At that time, Le'Veon had that story like a couple weeks before we were at the East West. He had that story where he left the two hookers in his house while he went to work out, and they robbed his house. And when he got back, the hookers were gone with some of his stuff. And so I know his agent really well. I can joke around and mess with him.
That was an entertaining segment. We had the
was
conversation between him and the police
like
where he's having to admit that.
He was with me he did like 45 minutes with us.
But
There's
I'm
a lot
talking
of good
about
stuff in
the
there.
segments in all with Le'Veon talking to police.
There was a lot of good stuff in there, man.
Some entertaining stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff there. Gus says Barry Jackson, Breida free agent after this year. Howard's cap hit salary cap wiped off the books after 2020, and Gaskins and Laird each on the books for just $850 in 2021. Also, Gus, so the reporters that were saying that they were worried about the salary cap, now they're looking into the numbers and they're going, oh, no, this actually works for them. It's I tend to laugh at this, right? Because I've been at this maybe too long, dude. Maybe I've done this job for too long already, for 30 years. And I have a good feel for what people are going to do in this business more often than not. You know what I mean? But I always love the media members that are trying to sensationalize everything, and instead of really just looking at it for what it is.
They're not looking at it objectively. They're looking at a story.
Right. They're looking for a story, an angle, drama, train wreck, whatever. I try to explain to you right from the get-go. If Le'Veon Bell wants to screw around, do you think that's going to happen with Brian Flores? You're out of here. And Chris Greer is not going to structure a contract that will screw the team and Flores. He has not done it with anybody else so far. Everybody he gets in, he doesn't overpay, he doesn't go crazy, and he kind of sets himself up for re-signing them even at a cheaper number. That's what he does. So that's why when this thing happened, I said, hell yeah, Miami should go after Le'Veon Bell. They're not going to pay anything. What the money they're paying him will be minimal, and it won't be any kind of big cap hit. Even if they gave him $3-4 million up front, let's say, and they paid him $5.5 or $6 for 2 years, let's say, which is not much. Doesn't matter if they take a couple mil cap hit the following year if they have to cut him. It's not a big deal. But what I believe they will do is a 2-year deal, and this year's money might be guaranteed, but it'll be small. It'll be like an $800,000, $1.3 million or something. And then next year he'll have like a roster bonus and a salary. So if he does well the rest of the year and in the playoffs, because, once they add him, they're going to the playoffs. Then the following year, they'll pick up his roster bonus and they'll play him. And then he can play the 16 games to earn his salary. If he doesn't, they can let him go.
Maybe throw some incentive bonuses in there, production and stuff.
I could see some of that for sure.
You start this many games, get this many yards, receiving, touchdowns, all that.
Yeah, I'm with you. Uber says, I'm always going to remember us drafting Abdul-Jabbar instead of Randy Moss. No, sir. They drafted John Avery over Randy Moss, sir. They had the 19th pick in the draft. They passed up on Randy Moss, traded down to 21. At 21, then they traded down again to 27. At 21, Vonnie Holiday went, I believe. I think Vonnie went 19. And could you look it up? I want to say Vonnie went 19.
Didn't he go 28th? Moss went 28.
No.
It's
John
20...
Avery went 27th or 28, maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe 29. But if I'm correct, They made 2 trades. They traded from 19 to 21 and then 21 to 27, I want to say. I want to say Moss and Holiday were 19 and 21, and Avery Johnson was 27. Okay, if I nailed this, okay, and I'm 54, and I'm tired as hell right now, and my brain is burnt already from all the things that I've been doing this week. But if he could get the draft order, if I nailed that year, I'd be even I would be impressed with that, because it's a long time ago, man, to remember that kind of stuff. Let's see if Bill can find it, or let me see if I find it before Bill. Okay, I'll see if I can find it. I got it. What year was that now? Now I got to remember. So Jimmy.
It was 98.
It was 98?
Okay, and 1 and 2 obviously were Manning and Leaf.
Right.
Moss went 21st.
And 19 was Vonnie Holiday.
19th was Vonnie Holiday to the Green Bay Packers.
Okay, I've got 2 out of 2. Where was John Avery? Was it 27?
John Avery was number 29 by
29.
us, of course.
Okay, there you go. Off by 2. Off by 2.
Alan Faneca.
Hell of a
number
player.
26. Yeah, that's why I said it, bro.
Zach Thomas hates him.
God.
He was a pain in the ass for Zach Thomas. Ray Grulon, thank you, Ray, chiming in with a little super chat, bro. Very nice of you. Jose Perdomo says, keep Brito. Who says they're releasing him, bro? You know, that's just Barry throwing that out there. You know, he's a free agent at the end of the year. He'll have time to prove himself. They didn't give up a 5th rounder to have a guy for long term. That's a rent-a-player, best case scenario. If he kicks ass, maybe they extend it. If he doesn't, they'll go find another one. It's running back, Jose. Relax. They're very interchangeable. NorCal Dolphin says, rolling through Sacramento, listening to the best show ever. If we get Bell, we are a playoff team. They will sign him to a responsible deal. Damn right they will. Why rock the boat when the Dolphins are on the rebuilding stage? I like the way the team is going. Won't rock the boat, Rosendo. I've already talked about that. Will not rock the boat at all. At all.
If he does, the door will be open and goodbye. See ya.
Yeah. You either go with the flow or you're out, bro. That's it. There's no rocking the boat here. There's no Cam Cameron. There's none of that buffoonery that we've seen in the past and people acting up and the coach does nothing, and those days are done. And Le'Veon Bell's going to know that with flow. He's going to know. I know his agent really well, okay? His agent's going to look at him and say, yo, Le'Veon, okay, we can go to Miami. We can have a good time out there. We can make some money. You can be a really good football player. But if you go down there and screw around, that guy's not going to put up with you. And your reputation, this is your last chance. This is the last chance right now for Le'Veon Bell. Bills, Chiefs, Dolphins, whoever the hell else is interested and signs him, this is the last chance for him. So he cannot screw this up. Now, maybe he's not smart enough to figure that out, and he screws it up. But if he acts up, he will not last. Ray, by the way, says, gotta love it. Seems like the best reporters listen to the Big O show. Talk about backtracking, LOL. I mean, you got to understand the biz, too. Some people don't really get it. And again, it's just like what Bill, when he was finishing my sentence, they're looking for a story. He's right. That's exactly what they're looking for. That's all. Oh, how can I write it in a dramatic angle so I could get more people to read it? That's all.
I got to say, sometimes that angle works. It does.
Works all the time for page views and all that, for sure.
It does.
And people respond to that. Big O, do you know all of the presidents of the United States in order? Are you kidding me? Come on, bro. Is that sports? Sports and music, okay? I'll say, my wife does this all the time to me. Hey, honey, what do you think about this medicine? And do you think if I take this with this? I look at her and I go, I talk sports. I don't know any medicine. What do you want me to do? You know, sweetheart, what do you think? Can you fix the sliding glass door? No, I can't.
We know who even fixes the siren
Well, yeah, but
in the
if,
studio
but if
when
she
the
can't
batteries are done.
But if she can't fix it, why the hell are you asking me? I always turn to her and I go, listen, do you got any music trivia? I can help you out on that. Are you stumped in sports? Is there something you're trying to? I'm here for you.
So when you open up a toolbox, you have an allergic reaction?
Yes. I hire somebody. Okay? I've added several things on my XSE. Did you see me add them?
No, I can honestly say no.
No.
As soon as the siren goes off
There's a
when the
service
batteries
department over there.
I love it.
And I've taken my car to the service department to put on the different things because brother.
And you've got a lot of bells and whistles, man.
Yes,
A lot.
Yes.
But not one done by yourself.
No. Well,
you did put the striping
there's a
on
couple
the
stickers,
rims
yeah,
on the
there-
side.
No, my wife did that. She has
Oh,
more patience than I do.
The wife even. Wow.
Hey, man, listen. Hey, listen. I'm not a phony. At least I'm not. Oh no, I. do.
No. If it doesn't involve a mic, has an issue.
Right. If it's not sports or radio or anything that's involved in this world, I know my place, man, and I'm good.
Wait a minute. Music. You could also do music.
That's what I said.
Okay.
I did say music. I told her if you got any music trivia, I can help you out. I'm there for you. Manny J. Snow, 1972, says 2019 Dolphins minus 3-point differential, 24 total sacks, and half. At this point, 2020 Dolphins 26 plus 26-point differential, 14 sacks so far, and 2-3 now. If you can't see the improvements, you're simply ciego. That's blind. And it's very true. It's very true. We have kind of been, we were cataloging the improvement last year. Okay? It's a lot harder to kind of explain to people, you're 0-6. No, but wait a minute. I want you to know they're improving. Oh, get the hell out of here. And it's like you try to explain to them, yeah. And then they start seeing the wins on the back end. And then by the end of the year, they're like, oh, I see what you were saying. And then this year, they're 1-3. Wait a minute, dude. Did you take a minute? The 3 teams they lost to are 10-2. And they lost a couple really close games there. Like, this is a different team. They're not getting blown out by 700 points in every game. It's again, I told you this week, win 2 came in week 10. Win 3 came in week 13 last year. You got a shot at week 6 picking up your 3rd win. It's going to be pretty cool. You got to admit, okay, if the Dolphins win tomorrow and they go 3-3, okay, they're now 8-7 in the last 15 games. So they're playing above 500 now. And maybe now they start to turn the corner and they start to win a little bit more than lose from here on out. Okay? I mean, if they're going to get to 8-8, they're going to have to do that anyway. They're going to need to get a couple of these wins because I think they're going to be somewhere in that neighborhood. And if they get Bell, maybe they can get to 9 or 10 wins. Who knows? Again, we got to see if, what's it called? If he comes in with the way he was playing a couple of years ago.
Bottom line with that,
that's going to be the key.
The risks are worth the potential rewards.
Total. Because, see, when you sit down with the player and the agent, you have to tell them, you haven't done anything in 2 years. We can't pay you like the other guy over there. We can't. It's what you said. Well, we'll throw in a couple incentives, give you a chance to make a little more money, but we're not going to guarantee you any money. And we're not going to give you a long-term contract. We're going to give you a 2-year deal. Why? Because you're already going to week 6. You're really not going to end up playing till week 8 because they've got a bye in week 7. So now you get to week 8, so you're only playing for us for half a season. we don't know what you are. So we can sign you to the second year, and it'll be a cap-friendly deal. I promise you that. Big O, do you know your music? What is the name of Randy Newman's biggest hit? Well, Short People or I Love L.A. I don't know which one was bigger, but I'm going to go with Short People. Because I Love L.A. was big.
That was more video and the people that were in the video.
Right, in L.A. and all that. But, like, I just think that Short People was one that was slightly bigger, but I may be wrong. Now, that might be a trick question.
There is the Family Guy scene of Randy Newman making fun, and
right.
They're the apple, and he's walking, picks up an apple, blah, and he's just singing about everything that's going on that he
Right.
sees.
Yeah.
It's a great scene.
Randy, I mean, I got to tell you something. That is one artist that I have no interest in. Okay? To me, I just...
You wouldn't classify him as a true music artist?
No, I would. I just don't like his style. That's all. I'm just not I'm just not that guy.
He did nothing,
By the way, Short People was his biggest hit, I think.
Like I said, the thing about I Love L.A., it was about all the different stars that had a little cameo in it,
Right.
That's what made that video.
Yeah. Yeah, Short People, it says they've got that one first, and I Love L.A. Oh, and You've Got a Friend in Me. That's right. He did that one. Randy Newman. Not much of a Randy Newman guy. What can I tell you? But I know those songs at least. So let's see, what else do we have
Well,
here?
you know his whole catalog then.
Yeah, pretty much. Big O won't be Iron Maiden's airplane mechanic. Tune in tomorrow. Oh yeah, no, I definitely won't be. No, those guys would be dead if I'm their mechanic.
He could help fly the plane, though. By the way, he should have had his private pilot license. He just didn't go pick up that piece of paper.
Yes.
You
Yes.
could help fly the plane.
No, I don't know about that size of plane. You need certain hours to get to that.
You know what? I used to be
flew
in the
Cessnas, bro.
Yeah, but
you make it sound like I could go out and fly a
we used to do the
747.
simulators, man, and stuff, and I landed an A300 Airbus a couple of times, a 747, a 727.
I don't know, bro. I don't know if I want to even take that chance. Don't get me wrong. I love Tua, but what would be the plan B if Tua doesn't work for whatever reason? Francisco, you draft another quarterback. The other day, Safed Dean, I'm a big fan of Safed. I like him. He's a really cool dude. He had an article talking about how instead of trading for Josh Rosen, they should have used that pick for DK Metcalf. And that is like classic second guessing. And it's to me, it like made no sense. And I get it. Again, it's a story. You can turn it around. I could do that with, you know how many draft picks I can do that with that are failed? All I have to do is look at the next couple of players, and usually there's a player there that somebody hit on. Just the way it is. Let me ask you something. In the fourth round, don't you think there's a couple of people that are like, damn, we drafted this bum, and Miami got Solomon Kinley? Right?
A lot of people.
Right. So, this happens all the time. And to me, I don't look at it that way. I think it's a lazy take to do that. I want, and I'm so consistent. Ask NorCal. NorCal's been listening to me for 15 years. Or any of you out there that have been listening to me for a long time. How many times do I complain, and I wanted over the years, a team that is going to go for a quarterback every year until they get one? So I've got now a GM that has gone for a quarterback in 2 straight years. Bubba, if they don't hit on Tua, hit on the next one. And the next one. And the next one. And eventually you're going to land one.
And even after you do, keep drafting quarterbacks.
Because you can find Preston Williams, and you can find Mike Gesicki, and you can find Solomon Kinley, and you can find Robert Hunt, you can find Austin Jackson, you can find, what's the slot receiver's name? Isaiah Ford. you can find all these cats, right? You can draft X in the second round. You can do all of these things. You'll find a quarterback. You'll get one. I know we're desperate. I get it. We haven't had one since Marino and all of that. But Francisco, my brother, I think Tua will work out. The only thing I worry about Tua is what I've said from day one is his injury history. I think he'll be a player in this league. I just, when you have that accuracy and when you have anticipation and you have ball placement, you can win in this league big. Big. So I think Tua is going to be a stud as long as he stays healthy. But if it doesn't work out, I want Chris Greer searching for the next guy. And if the next guy doesn't work out, you go get the next guy and the next guy. Eventually you'll hit on it. What I don't want is what I've watched for the last 20 years when you never go after quarterbacks. And you sat there and you had a guy that average at best, game manager, whatever, and you didn't do anything. Let's see. Hey, did you see that Van Ginkel ranked 7th out of 100 qualified pass rushers? I did not see it, but you know, Alex, you watch every day. I've been a Van Ginkel fan from the get-go, and I was really happy to watch him play well. That's all I know. I don't really look at the rankings and all that. All I know is that I saw him play well, and that's all that matters to me. By the way, if you can find a Van Ginkel, you'll find a quarterback, man. Eventually, you'll find a quarterback. They're hitting on too many picks to not be able to find a quarterback. They'll find one. And I think they did, but if it doesn't happen. Let's see. Let's go Fins. Big O, thanks for all the good work, my brother. I don't know if it's good work, but thank you, sir. We try. Le'Veon Bell's agent and Jordan Howard's agent are the same. Out with one, in with the other, the next for basically the same price. Big O, what about Gary Newman? And he laughs. Let's see. Big O, Rolling Stones voted Marvin Gaye's album, What's Going On, #1 off the top 500 of all time. You know, James, that's a subjective type of thing. I mean, Marvin Gaye is as great as it gets, man. A superhuman talent. And the way he left us was so terrible that his father shot him in an argument. But I can't argue with anybody. If somebody picks a Marvin Gaye album or a Michael Jackson album or
Elton John,
a Bruce Springsteen, right, exactly. How am I going to argue with them? It's subjective.
Any one of the Zeppelins.
Yeah, whatever. Just
Boston, the first album.
You know, there's so many that I
Rumors,
can't. Yeah.
Fleetwood Mac.
Oh my
There's,
Lord.
Yeah.
That's a ginormous album. So that's a discussion that it's opinionated on style. It's opinionated on flavor, on your kind of music. You know? That's really what it's all about. So it's hard to really, whoever was writing it for Rolling Stone, they obviously were a little bit more of an R&B fan. And, brother, I'm not the guy to tell you Marvin Gaye does, not belong at the top of the list. I can't do that. You tell me a Queen album belongs there #1, I'm not going to argue with you, bro. You know? Now, if you tell me, as much as I like Justin Timberlake, none of his albums will ever be #1 overall out of all of them. And I like Justin Timberlake, but I ain't taking Sexy all the way up to that number. Big O, Finns could have traded Balaj for Bell straight up 3 weeks ago. Remember, he failed the physical, so the trade never happened.
Was Justin the one on SNL that did Junk in a Box?
Yes.
That's one of his best songs.
Oh, great. And the wine one.
Oh, man, I do know what you're talking about. I just can't.
He's on that bottle. Hey,
Yes.
it's freaking awesome. He's one of the more likable cats out there in music.
I can remember when he was here. We were talking about him. It was like, when he was with whoever it was, wouldn't have gone and seen him. But now as a solo artist, might go see him.
Instinct.
Yeah, Instinct. Is that what he was
Yeah,
with?
he's with Instinct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, wouldn't have gone and seen him then. But now as a solo artist,
In a heartbeat.
not bad.
In
you know?
a heartbeat, bro.
And I'm sure he'll be cracking some jokes, doing some funny stuff on top of it.
No, he's talented, man. He's super talented. Like him. Let's see. We got Preston Williams as a free agent. This guy rocks. You never know. Exactly. You can find him, baby. If you know talent, you can find it. Francisco says, okay, I get it. Keep swinging on the QB drafting, right, until you nail it. Damn right, bro. Damn right.
But even after you do, you keep drafting a guy and develop him and turn a 4th or 5th round pick
New
into
England.
a potential 1st or 2nd rounder.
New
and
England.
you know,
Matt Castle, 6th rounder,
yes.
turns into a 2nd rounder.
Flynn with Green Bay back in the
Yeah,
I mean,
but they lost him in free agency. They didn't even get to.
they didn't trade him.
No, nobody was trading for him, so he ended up going to free agency because they had a quarterback and they weren't going to pay him. So Seattle signed him in that offseason that they drafted Russell Wilson.
I remember us giving up a 2nd rounder for Feely.
Yeah, right. And Culpepper with a blown knee.
There's nothing. You never have too many quarterbacks.
Yeah. Marvin Gaye, Star Spangled Banner is the best version of all time. Better than Whitney? I don't
You know
know
what?
bro.
I would have to agree. It's just Whitney's was a timing thing.
I don't know.
No, but because the way Marvin did it,
I know
he
it's
changed
awesome.
it.
I know exactly.
It was original.
No, I know exactly the one he's talking about. But
Yeah.
Whitney's was.
Yeah, but Whitney's was standard. It's just.
Yeah, but it was, bro. It's not standard. Not when Whitney's voice is not standard, my brother.
But I'm saying the standard format of the song is what I'm saying.
Yeah, no. I get you. I get you.
You know what I mean?
I get you. But
she did nothing special. She did no interchanging.
She did. It's her voice.
It's well.
Her voice is special, bro.
There's been other people that have incredible voices that have sung it as well. That was.
I don't know, man.
You remember that was the first time we ever went through a metal detector at a
Right.
game.
Yeah,
the national situation going on at the time.
Yeah, no,
it was
I get
major what
I get
she
it.
did.
I don't know. I'm not.
But what
definitely not
Marvin
arguing
Gaye did, man, he totally changed the rhythm, the tempo, the
was
beat.
awesome.
It was so original. It was awesome. It is.
JM says, how should the Heat handle the Bam extension? Well, dude, I think the way I understand it, it's really not up to the Heat. If Bam wants to sign a max deal now, he can, or he holds out till next year for a super max deal. I think that's the way I understand it. And if that's the case, I don't think the Heat have a say here. It's up to Bam and his agent, and Bam suffered the injury this year. So I don't know how he's going to look at it and say, I'll take the money right now because I don't know what's going to happen a year from now. And if I blow my knee, they may look at it differently or whatever. And I think I may be wrong. Somebody can correct me out there if you want. But I think that's how it goes. Knowing Bam, at least from what I see, he's going to wait for the Supermax next year. Because a guy like that is one of those blue-collar guys, and he's just going to say, you know what, nah, I'll be fine. Let me get the Supermax deal, and I'll go for it. Plus, there might be a little wink here, and the Heat says, hey, you're going to get the Supermax no matter what. Play your ass off this year like you normally do, and we'll sign you your deal next year. But give us the opportunity to have the opportunity to go next year looking for somebody, and then we can re-sign you because you're one of ours. So I could see that too, where Riley sits there, and I don't believe it's the first time. I think the Heat have done this several times, and I think the reputations around the league that, hey, the Heat keep their word. They'll tell you that they'll sign a guy and that they'll sign you at the end of the year. They're going to sign you. And I think that's what's going to happen. That would be my prediction, okay? I have no proof. All right. I mean, I do have proof of wink with the Heat because it happened with that guard a few years back. What's the name of that European guard that was here? You remember that? They promised him $1 million after they allowed him to cut him or whatever and dump him. or he checked out or whatever it was, but he allowed some money to get freed up, and then there was a wink deal, and they brought him back the following year, even when they didn't need him, really. If I remember correctly, they didn't even need him. I want to say he has a B in his last name. I'm trying to remember the damn name. It is so hard to remember every little, what's it called? Detail of my life in sports. He played for the San Antonio Spurs. He was a European guy. What's the guy's name? But anyway, I'm sure they've done that several times. I could see that happening again. Hey, Bam, wink, wink. We'll take care of you next year. I know you could get the max now. We'll give you the super max next year. You're one of ours. Benno Udre. Thank you. JM sent in Benno, and right away, Udre. I remember the last name. Thank you, JM. That's the guy. Wink, wink, Benno.
Man, am I glad we signed him back, huh?
Yeah.
What a major impact.
No, but no. It was great. No. It was an awesome thing. I just don't remember now who's the player they got because he did that. He allowed them to actually add somebody really good, and so he did the Heat a huge favor by stepping away and getting cut.
I'm just talking about the actual individual impact he made.
Oh yeah, no, he was solid. He was solid as a veteran guard off the bench. I mean, I read that Giannis. I wouldn't diss Benno Udre.
I read that Giannis and Bam have the same agent.
Yes.
They obviously have to have a relationship of some discussion, talks, something.
Maybe not.
Same agent?
Maybe not. You never know.
Not Bam. If you're listening, get your agent to get you hooked up with Giannis, bro.
Maybe.
Get in his ear, man.
Well, Giannis is a big fan of Bam's. Remember, he picked him for the All-Star game.
Yes,
on his team.
Yes, he did.
So, yeah. It's funny that you mentioned that guy that was a game manager. The media keeps on bringing up the facts that we failed on him. Oh, the Tannehill thing. He's doing nice, bro. He's a solid player. Like I say, he's a facilitator on his best day, and that's what Tennessee does. They put him in a position where all he has to do is facilitate. But when there's chaos and it all breaks down, he'll never bring you back. That's not who he is. And that'll be proven over time, every time he's put in that position. But whatever, man.
Good win. Good win against Buffalo.
Yeah, no, they're
very solid.
They are what's that called? They're prisoners of the moment. But like they don't remember last year when they shut down Derrick Henry and they needed him to step up and get them over the top and overcome the chaos. Couldn't overcome it. That's what he is. Cam Newton's been like that forever, bro. An athlete with the ball in his hands. The other day, too, he couldn't throw the way he wanted to, and the game was over. Couldn't get it done. I've seen this record and this story and this movie over and over, and it's a broken record. It's a boring movie, and I'm, tired of it, whatever.
You know what?
That's fine.
The amount of time that Tennessee had off, the way they performed against Buffalo.
Proves that you don't need practice.
I didn't want to say that, coaches. All over it. I'm just like, oh, man.
If you have an established culture and your players are already bought in.
Yes.
And they know everything that they're doing, then you don't have to practice. If you're the Miami Dolphins in the second year or first year of a rebuild and you're still teaching players how to do things, you cannot get away with a couple of weeks off. But if you're the Baltimore Ravens, you can get away with it. If you're the Tennessee Titans, you can get away with it. If you were a healthy San Francisco 49er team, you'll get away with it. If you're a healthy Seattle Seahawks team, you'll get away with it because those teams have been together for several years and they've got the same culture in place. And so it's kind of like they're in a groove right now. So they would have an understanding of what they have to do because they've been doing it every week for the last couple of years. So we don't have that luxury here, but they have it in Tennessee.
Oh, you
They
saw
have
it.
the same guys there for the last couple of years. They've added a couple pieces, but still, overall, the base of the team has been there for a while.
No, to do what they did against a very good Buffalo Bills team, that was impressive.
Yeah. Yep. Is Gase now in the Rich Kotite realm? It's pretty bad. Sage says, happy for Tannehill, but do not miss him with the Dolphins at all. Yeah, exactly. He's a great kid. He deserves better. But Ryan, just a little tip, dude. Stop jumping in the air. Relax, bro. Score the touchdown. Don't go with the crazy jumps. He almost blew out his knee in that game. Did you see how he landed?
Yeah, I don't know what the hell he was doing with that, man.
That was
was
dude. Relax,
ungraceful, bro.
It's like watching Grammatica with Arizona. You know, it's like he kicks it and then he jumps up in the air and he lands and blows his knee. And it's like, dude, chill out, bro.
Safe to say he should never participate in Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah, no, definitely not. No, definitely not. Tannehill's a nice QB, but he's already reached his ceiling. Oh, yeah. And you got to have a monster team around him the way they have it to kind of make him really look good. If he has to carry you, you're done. You know? Of all the failed things that the Dolphins did in the past 15 years or so, I start to see less, or I guess I failed to see less, like no pass rush, 3 and out on the offense, opposite tight end killing us, big plays against us. The tight ends aren't killing anymore, but I know what you're saying about past 15 years. You're right. There were other things to worry about. You're so right, Francisco. I see your point now. I get it. All right, we got to wrap it up here on the show. We thank all of you as always. You guys are absolutely awesome. Always appreciate every one of you. Our super chatters, got to thank you, Dougie Fresh, Julius 305, John Rouse in the house, Ray Grulong. Thank you all out there, as always, for supporting the program.
What the hell?
Super chat.
That took guts. We need guts.
I told you I can totally super chat.
So you think you got what it takes?
You have no skills.
This is permanent.
Good job.
I'm promoting you.
You got a lot of problems, don't you?
Take pride in that.
Yeah, I think that was directed at me. I got a lot of problems. Yeah, that's what they say all the time. I got to thank Bill, of course, and Philippe, always getting it done. Thank, of course, all of you for downloading the show, for watching the show, chatting on the show, super chatting, texting, tweeting. However it is, you support us. Francisco says, congrats on whatever news tomorrow. It's coming, man. You guys are going to love it.
You got a premature congratulations.
There you go. It's better than an ejaculation. All right. Anyway, thank you all out there. You guys are absolutely amazing. We'll see you tomorrow. I don't know what time. It won't be the normal time. It'll be something odd tomorrow. I'm not sure if I'll be on camera. I'm trying to work it out. We'll see. We'll see. We got a lot of things to do.
Stay tuned for the latest Big O news.
That's right. That's right. It's coming to I'm about less than a little over 12 hours. We'll be announcing it. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Josh O says, I want my phone lines. Well, I don't know if it has anything to do with phone lines, but again, I can't give you any clues. But all I can say is you're all gonna love it. I promise you, every one of you is going to love it. Okay? Y'all be good. I'll see you tomorrow.